Hi all, this is Vignesh from Fundazone. The topic we are going to be discussing today is time value of money. Time value of money is often made out to be a very complicated topic which involves a lot of jargons like present value, future value, discounting, compounding, annuity, annuity due, annuity regular, lot of complicated terms. But it's actually a very simple and a very profound topic actually. Once you come about understanding what time value of money is, financial management becomes a piece of cake. So with that, let's dive into time value of money. Any topic, when I tend to learn, I break it down into three parts. 1. What is it about? 2. Why is it relevant? 3. How to go about it. With that, let's move to the first question. What is time value of money? Time value of money simply states that the rupee received on the present date is not the same as the rupee received on a future date. Note that the quantum and the currency is the same here. If that's the case, why is a rupee received on a present date not equal to a rupee received on a future date? So the reason why it is not equal can be better elaborated with the following two scenarios. So let's move on to scenario 1. Your dad gets a loan for say 50 lakhs from a bank to build a house. When he pays it back, there would always be an interest component to it, right? So it would make the loan more than 50 lakhs. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2, let's say you walk into a gym to get a membership. You look at all the equipments there, you get fascinated, you want to get a membership for 3 months. Somehow the guy over there convinces you to get a membership for a year. You end up thinking that you save a lot because of this, right? These are two scenarios which happen in our everyday life. Now let's break down this in the context of time value of money to understand how time value of money comes in these scenarios and why is it actually relevant to us. In scenario 1, though the amount borrowed is say 50 lakhs or something, you end up paying far more than that in say 65 lakhs or 70 lakhs or whatever that may be. This is because an element called interest comes into picture. In scenario 2, the 3-month membership obviously seems costlier than the annual membership, but there is this benefit of receiving payment upfront. So what are the factors actually which contribute to time value of money? Let's break it down. There are 4 factors which contribute to time value of money. 1. There is the risk element. In the first scenario, when the bank is lending you a father loan, there is a risk that you might not actually pay it back. So that risk element has to be hedged by the bank. How do they hedge it? How do they cover that risk element? They charge something called an interest. Point number 2, liquidity. There is always a preference for liquidity among people. Ask anyone. They would say 10,000 in my hand right now is way better than 20,000 that I'm going to get after say 2 or 3 years. So liquidity is preference. Saving it for a rainy day is something that is very prevalent and that is very, very important. Point number 3, opportunity cost. Any amount you have in your hand right now could be invested in numerous ways. Say I have 10,000 with me right now. I can go to the bank, get a fixed deposit and get an interest rate of 6% on the 10,000 rather than leaving it with you and getting it later from you. Or I could take a step which suits my risk appetite and go and invest in a share or a bond or something which pays a rate which is far more than the bank interest rate. So according to my risk appetite, I could end up getting some significant payout from the amount invested. So there is this cost called opportunity cost which comes into consideration. This opportunity cost is nothing but there is the element, the opportunity that I lose out by not having the money with me right now. That is opportunity cost. So that element is there. 4th thing is inflation. Ask any of your grandparents. The first thing they would say is, in those days, the cost of living used to be way lower. Why is it that they say this actually? The cost of living has always increased for most of the commodities. Which means the purchasing power of money today will not be the same as the purchasing power of money tomorrow. The purchasing power of money today tends to be generally greater than the purchasing power of money tomorrow. Hence, there is a preference to get the money right now rather than waiting some time to get the money. These 4 factors actually contribute to something called interest that gets added to your loan amount, or when you pay in advance, say at a gym, when you get a 1-year membership, this is what goes into making the gym membership far more affordable. These 4 factors go into reducing the annual membership cost as against a 3-month membership cost. So this is basically time value of money. With that, let's move on to the third part. How to ascertain the time value of money's effect. Say you're going to receive some amount after 2 years. The amount you're going to receive on a future date, we have established, is not equivalent to the amount that we receive on a present date. So this future date amount has to be brought to the present date value. So what we do is we discount it with a discounting factor to bring it to its present day value. This is called discounting. When you take a value from its present date to a future date, on the other hand, you compound it and bring it to its future value. This is how you go about incorporating time value of money. Time value of money is a very relevant and useful concept. It forms the basic bedrock of financial management. Time value of money drives investment. Time value of money drives concepts such as interest, EMI, everything that you do on a regular basis has time value of money in it. So I hope you got some clarity out of this video. Stay tuned for more. This is Vignesh signing off. Thank you.